Okay, I feel like this looks super weird, but whatever. Hello YouTube! I can't believe I'm actually filming my first video, but here we are. So just stick with me because I'm not usually talking to a camera, but I'm gonna get used to it. And yes, I am filming in our living room slash kitchen. Hopefully soon we'll have a little different space. But we are in Paris right now. We just came here, I wanna say 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna get more into that in just a second. I thought a lot of you guys don't really know me yet, so I thought why not have the first YouTube video be an introduction slash get ready with me and give you little makeup tricks because I usually don't talk in my tutorials, so why not do it on here? I don't really use a primer, I always go for skincare. Right now I'm using Korean skincare, I'm using this duo, I'm using the CosRX Snail Mucin Essence, and then the Physio Gel Hydrating Facial Cream. A lot of you guys always say that I have an accent when I do speak English, and that's probably because I'm from Germany. My dad was American, so I'm half American as well. But yeah, I grew up in Berlin, and I lived there until end of 2024. My boyfriend and I, we moved to LA in October for 3 months and then just left 2 weeks ago to come to Paris. Just figuring out our living situation right now, where we want to live and where we want to have a more permanent stay. But for right now, we're just traveling the world and kind of seeing what we want for the future. After Paris, we're most likely gonna go back to the States for some time and then switch again. So yeah, I've never done YouTube ever. I don't even know like if this is exactly what you guys expect or want. Right now, we're friends. I'm just talking to you guys as I would talk to my friends. So if you guys have any tips or anything you would want me to film in the future, just let me know please, because a girl doesn't know what she's doing. So for my base, I'm usually mixing the Patrick Ta with my Makeup Revolution bronzing drops. I bought a shade to light for sure, and so I gotta mix it with this. Just take this amount, apply it to my face like that. So I ordered these brushes off of Amazon. I just use one that has kind of like, that is fluffy and has kind of slanted edge to it. The one from Hourglass is really good. I kind of dab it on the rest that I've left on the back of my hand, and I just dab it in like that. Some of you guys ask me what I do for my skincare in general. I don't really have problems with pimples, if I'm being honest. My problem is more that I have very sensitive and dry skin. Not gonna lie, I've been genetically blessed from my mom, so I don't want to make it seem like I have some wonder products that I want to sell you guys. And I know that the woman who sold me this one said that it's pretty good even for people who have problems with acne, that it doesn't really break out people. So they also have a anti-red version, and I think that one is really good. The reason I use brushes is simply because I feel like they pick up more product, so I don't use too much product and lose a lot of the product, because as we know, those foundations are expensive. So I use the brush to kind of spread everything, and then I go over it with a beauty blender just to really blend everything seamlessly, because then I feel like it doesn't really soak up the product too much. I just feel like that always works the best. I'm super excited because I'm going to Berlin next week. Excited to see my family and my friends, of course. It's super weird because I was really excited to move out of Germany. Like, I'm super grateful for a lot of things and a lot of opportunities it gave me, but when it comes to the culture, if you are German or even European, sometimes it can be kind of harsh. And I feel like if you're a dreamer and you want to work for yourself, you want to be self-employed, it's kind of rough doing that in Germany. They really love their 9 to 5 and student lifestyle, and just like, which there's nothing wrong with that, but if you are just different, I feel like sometimes it can kind of be a dream killer to be in Germany. So I was really excited to kind of go away for a little bit, but I'm always excited to come home because this is where I grew up, you know, I know everything. I have my comfort people over there, except for my boyfriend. I will be in Germany for only 3 days, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing over there, I can try and film a little bit, just let me know. I'm using the NARS concealer in the shade Light 2.75 Canal. Don't know if that's how you say the name, but that's what I'm reading. So I'm 25 right now. I just turned 25 a week ago. It's so weird, time flies. I don't feel like I'm 25, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the 20s, it's just so much that happens in such a short amount of time. It's first like very much an identity crisis. It still is, but just a little less harsh, I feel like. It's also the time where I feel like either the friendships you form are for the rest of your life, or you get rid of a lot of friendships. And for me, especially being in a relationship now, that makes me really happy, and that I feel like I found my best friend in. I don't feel like I have that much pressure to be in like so many friendships. So I feel like the handful of friends that I have, I'm really happy with. But it's still like, I don't know, such a weird struggle, because I feel like you go through so much evolution and you change and you grow, and sometimes it just happens that a lot of friends aren't on the same trajectory, not in no negative way, but I don't know if that's something that everybody goes through, but that has been my experience so far. And I feel like more than ever, I've just been craving to just have like a peaceful life. Oh, by the way, I'm using a powder puff. This one's dirty as hell, so don't look at it too close, but just like any powder puff will do to kind of blend that out. But yeah, I'm just craving peace and like no drama. I just want friendships that are peaceful and supportive. So what I like to do then is go in with a super bright concealer. I'm using from Chic Glam now in the shade Buttercream, and I kind of just put a little dot here in the inner corner, just right there, and right here, not too much. So I just kind of blend that out right here. And then I'm using the Beauty Blender again, just to kind of go over the edges of the concealer towards the foundation. I really don't know what it is, but I don't like to put a lot of makeup on my forehead. I just don't like it on my forehead. It's such a weird, odd thing, but I've never done it except for contour or bronzer. And a lot of people, especially on TikTok, ask me what my horoscope is. A lot of you guys think I'm Scorpio or something, but I'm not. I am a Capricorn. My rising sign is Leo, and my moon sign is Libra. I do think my Venus sign, however, is a Scorpio. Yeah, it is. Those are my actual star signs. I just used a Milk Contour Stick in the shade Stoked. Then I use a brush like this from Sephora, and it's the number 6. I use it for my blush and my contour. With contour, it's important to kind of apply it exactly where you see this line of your cheekbone. So all the tricks that I kind of learned when it comes to makeup and a lot of my products that I do have is from the time when I worked at Sephora. From 2023 to end of 2023. It taught me a lot about makeup. It gave me a lot of products. Usually you get to meet a lot of cool people, but retail job is not for the weak. If you ever worked in retail, you know. Now I'm just using a brush that's kind of like this. It's an eyeshadow brush from my old Naked palette. Those days were crazy. And I put a little bit of the contour stick on my hand, and then I use it to contour my nose. I just contour like that. Same on the other side. I kind of go up here. I do a little triangle at the bottom. There you go. I just blend that out. What I also love about doing these YouTube videos is I feel like you guys get to know me a little bit better. I know I do a lot of like celebrity look-alike videos and doing their makeup looks, which is really fun to do for me personally, and just like kind of putting my own twist into it. But this way I feel like I can show you guys a little bit more of what I do. Now I'm thinking about what blush I want to use, but I think I'm gonna go with this one for now. And I kind of go downwards because I don't know why, but it looks weird for me when I put it up too high. And then I sometimes dab a little of that excess right onto the tip of my nose. And then I go in again with a Beauty Blender. Now I'm using it's an old Marc Jacobs liquid highlighter. It's in the shade Sunlit. Kind of go on the tip of my nose, here on my lip, under my eyebrow. And this time I actually blend it out with my finger. I don't know why, but when it comes to this highlighter, I feel like the best way to do it is with my finger. Love that. Now I'm using my all-time favorite, hasn't changed in years, the Huda Beauty setting powder in Pound Cake. So I go in with a powder puff and I kind of dust it off on the back of my hand. And then I just dab it in. And I also always go down here to my chin and right here. I leave out this space because I love to have a little glow on there on my cheeks. And I go on to the other side. And of course a little bit on my forehead. I feel like when it comes to the debate of drugstore versus high-end makeup, I feel like there's a lot of stuff where it doesn't matter. Mascara, a lot of lip products, eyeliners, a lot of those products, I don't feel like it really makes a difference. For me personally, the biggest difference has been concealer. That has just been, for me, I have dark under eye circles and I feel like if I don't have a good concealer, it doesn't really work. And the NARS concealer has been really good. I want to try out the House Labs as well, but I also want to try out some new drugstore foundations. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know, or any ones you want me to try out. Maybe I can go to a drugstore when I'm in Germany and I can do a little try out of different products for you guys. I'm using the Sephora Brow Wax and mine is almost empty. I have to buy a new one. First thing, you have to brush down to really coat the top side of your eyebrow hairs. And then I brush up and then I push it up with my finger to really push the eyebrow onto my skin. And then I round them up with the brush again. I'm gonna do the other side quickly off camera. Also from Sephora, I used the eyebrow pencil in Ebony. Just fill it in, especially at the end here. And then I kind of create a little line right here. I just filled in this one off camera because I don't know what it is about eyebrows, but it stresses me out and I need to be locked in. Now I just use a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I go into my brown tones using this color right here. This is an old Too Faced palette. I don't think they make those anymore. It's Christmas in Paris. Very fitting. I use the color Baguette Please. No comment. Just go in the outer corner right here. But yeah, when it comes to my content, I really always dreamed of doing social media. I started in 2019 and kind of going more into 2020. I started more with outfits and fashion, and it's still like I love fashion and I'm not gonna stop posting outfits as well, especially once I'm in the sun again. Right now I'm literally just wearing hoodies and joggers. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of stopped. A lot of stuff happened in my personal life that kind of stopped me from doing social media. And then the whole identity crisis happened and I was like, what do I really want to do? I loved modeling as well. It's also a big part of what I want to do, but it's rough. I feel like it's hard on the psyche because you don't have that much control, you know. With social media, you can kind of like put a lot of work in to be consistent. And with modeling, it's like, it's very superficial. You can be the hardest working model ever. If people don't want to book you, they don't want to book you. So I was just like, I'm going to focus more on my social media again. And I honestly feel so fortunate that it has been working out lately. So if you want to do social media, all I can say is just keep going, keep grinding. And at some point, you're going to figure out what your niche is and what works for you. Always just try and be authentic because I feel like that resonates the most with people. I'm definitely not a superstar or super successful where it's like, yay, like I can completely live off of it, but I'm still super grateful. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here. But when you guys said you wanted me to do YouTube, it really meant more to me than you guys can even imagine. I'm really thankful to you guys for being a part of this little family. Okay, let's stop before we get too emotional. But I use the same brown and I kind of go under my bottom waterline. Now I go in with an even darker brown, kind of emulate a little wing situation. And I do the same thing right here. And then I put a little bit, not too much, right here. Okay, now I go in with I have this from Pat McGrath. It's the kohl liner, but any kohl liner will do. I kind of just go in my outer corner. Such a good trick for people who don't really have a steady hand or have problems with drawing a line, and then I use a flat eyeshadow brush and I go right on it and I just pull it out in the angle that I want my wing to be. And you can even be messy, it doesn't really matter with this kind of kohl liner. Kind of like that. And then I don't put any product right here. I just go in and I do the same thing right here and I blend that out. And now you can already see how it kind of has this effect. But now I'm just gonna add some right on the outside of my waterline. And once again, not go all the way to the center. And right here as well. Sometimes I use a powder puff to kind of hold my eye like this. That way you don't mess up the concealer and the powder that you just used. Now I'm just using a liquid eyeliner. I have this random one from a German drugstore. But I also like the Lancome one. I like the KVD one. I got the NYX one from my friend and it worked really well as well. So now I just go in with that and I kind of add a smaller wing. Now I'm going in on the inside. I just did this side off camera. I sometimes use lashes, individual ones, but I'm not in the mood today, so I'm just gonna use mascara. There we go. I'm gonna go in with my lip liner or lip duo that I have from She Glam in the color Glam 101. And then what I learned is to blend that out so it doesn't look crazy is to use a lighter brown shade. I'm using NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. It's one of my favorite lip liners. I saw everybody use brown lip gloss and I loved it and I was jealous. So I was like, am I gonna buy myself a lip gloss? No. Am I gonna make my own brown lip gloss? Absolutely. So I had this spare clear lip gloss that I literally didn't use and I just mixed in a brown eyeshadow. She's cute and let me show you guys. She's literally perfect. So yeah, here you guys go. This is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you guys for pushing me to film a YouTube video. I'm quite nervous still to do this, so just hang in there. I feel like I'm gonna get more comfortable. Maybe a little bit more loud, a little funnier, but give me some time. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better. I hope these makeup tips helped you. And let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys think. It would mean so much to me if you guys would subscribe, comment, like, you know, the whole shebang. I see you guys next time.